In my last vlog, I arrived to the Philippines all the way from South America, and I finally got to spend quite some time with my family again. I was faced with the obstacles of not feeling a sense of belonging somewhere I once did. This made me reflect on my entire life, what my current values actually are, and to create a new life again where all my heart's needs are actually met.
Oh my god, guys, this is out of this world. 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 Okay.
It is time to restart my life after having to experience and undergone a life-threatening disease, followed up with a life-changing spiritual awakening.
But it means that for the next few hours it's just me and me talking with myself and nature for the whole day.
That led me to synchronize with a future reality found within my heart, in which it was just a matter of time and following its nudges again. So let's start from here. This was an amazing day to go to the beach with my family. Most of my family members had their days off, and the owners of the homestay that I lived at kindly lended me their construction tipper truck. And what I found so mind-boggling was that the dump truck had like this kind of hydraulic system mechanism at the rear, which allows the entire truck bed to be raised, and it's used to unload the contents. I really felt like a kid playing with big toys that I shouldn't be playing with, but it also like quite scared me to not touch like the wrong buttons whilst driving, so my family members can actually like stay on the truck and not end up on the road.
I came up with the idea to share my process of building this beach lot into my dream beach lot. And I already have a lot of ideas which I want to cover with you all. But I just figured that there's so much value that I've already found in living out this process, and there's already been so much joy and expansion in this process that I'm in right now of educating myself on architecture and engineering, being here and guiding the energy of the people, you know, to make this dream possible. And because this makes me happy and I'm learning so much, I figured I just want to share this with the world. Here is just a few pictures of where it started. This whole beach plot was just one huge mess. There were like holes everywhere, plants were growing everywhere. It was just one huge mess. We hired workers to get sand that we got from those holes and cover half of the entire plot with white sand. So that's really looking much better.
The amount of opportunities for inspiration life has brought to me was just beyond my belief. Owners of other resorts and beach plots would like randomly come up to me to say hi, and they would end up showing me with so much of their enthusiasm their own personal work. I can really see how certain puzzle pieces are really coming together for us. Once our mind is focused on creating something, the universe must deliver you the exact ingredients to make that happen. It is really all about trusting, having faith, and remaining focused that the process is really unfolding. When I was traveling in other countries, I noticed that all the places I have been were all building pieces for inspiration I collected and could implement in this personal project.
Hi.
Hola!
Hola.
Hola, amigo! Hola, Tio Shandon!
These holes we will fill with all the rocks that we gathered from the entire property. And my idea for now is to have this part of the beach we will make that part a little bit higher and elevated, like around this high. And on top of that, we will put grass. And back there in the corner of the property, that's where the house will be, and I will send you a photo of my drawing and how I designed and how I want this dream house to be. And that will have a balcony and it will overlook the entire property.
The owners of the homestay that I lived at run a construction company, have the necessary trucks, blocks and sand, and also certain context for building the actual house. This beach has always been a place for my imagination to break free from my limitations and really enter into its possible depths, dreaming bigger and bigger things that match my values and just push me a little further into what I believe is possible for myself. It is also a place I spend a lot of time with my family, and a place I really want to pass on to my own future family. I always knew that I would leave behind a legacy, but I never imagined that this beach would play such a large role in it. Drawing ideas or sketches or any other design do really not have to be the absolute final product at all. It is crucial to allow ourselves to fail and leave room for experimentation. I think a lot of us overlook the process and are overly fixated on the final outcome of the things that we do. We don't realize that the whole process of creating things is actually where the joy lies and is meant for our soul's evolution. Some things just don't make the cut, but we're building blocks, and each cut is a building block and a lesson for our soul to eventually materialize the things that are meant to come into the world when it is actually ready. If you look at all the inventions in the world, like a microphone, you name it, they all came from our mind. Our mind is the source of all creations. The mind is the universe, and you are that mind.
Really love that my family is always involved in this place. So soon we will be initiating the process of building like a similar wall like what our neighbor has here of the entire property. I really cannot wait to bring you guys on that part of the journey, because that is just really one of like the most exciting things. I'm very excited to update you on like what's to come and the ideas that are happening, all the things that we are learning in this process, and yeah, I just can't wait to share with you.
As we were starting to make our way back home, taking in the rich aromas of burnt coconuts alongside the road, blown by the fresh breeze of the ocean, we all shared a feeling and a sense of satisfaction after our long day of cleaning. Until suddenly things just took quite an unexpected turn. The rear tire of our truck had literally exploded, having us to stop and find a nearby mechanic. We couldn't initially find one near as we were far from the center, but whilst driving and searching collectively at a careful speed, we ended up finding one in front of a restaurant. As we were waiting for around an hour, because the tools to remove the spare tire under the truck were literally rusted to the frame of the truck. So the vulcanizer decided to just vulcanize the tire by burning the rubber and placing a patch inside of it. In the meanwhile, I went for a little walk, and it literally wasn't 5 meters from the truck that I stumbled upon a restaurant on the other side of the road. There was a person at my age setting up his music equipment to play live on stage that same evening. He waved at me and shoutedly asking me to come over to him. I looked at him with a sense of, wow, like another songwriter with a guitar like me. So I proceeded, and we instantly had a sense of mutual understanding as artists, and he invited me to play live that same evening. And this just shows and confirms the Buddhist sayings that nothing happens by accident. A lot of ancient mystics say that every interaction happens for a reason, and that there is no such thing as coincidences or accidents. Fast forward to the next day, I picked up my cousin Nikki to go to our farm in the evening. But first, it's vegan pizza time.
That's the pizza, right?
Yeah. You want
Just ordered pizza. We came up with this idea to go to the farm. We both had the idea before meeting each other, so it's going to be very interesting. I have no expectation. All we know is that we have a lighter, we're going to make a fire and just have like a crazy time. So see you guys in a bit. So we just made it to the farm. We brought pizza. And we're now looking for some wood and things to burn. And we have one goat here who's chilling. Oh my god, and there are a few up here. That's very nice. Yeah, we're going to make a fire now. Alright, just collecting some wood. Yeah, I should have quite enough. And I'll just bring this bad boy. Yeah, look at that. I have back. Seems like she's already making a fire there. I just love the sounds. What's going on?
It was lovely seeing all the animals I usually see during daytime spend their nights. There were luminescent mushrooms and all sorts of insects that only come out at night that had an undeniably emotional provoking presence. What I love a lot about my cousin Nikki, besides that we both are earth signs in astrology, is that we both really enjoy our connection to nature. This evening just made me have to emphasize on our disconnection that we nowadays have with Mother Nature. We lock ourselves in these concrete walls, rarely having a natural sense of breeze entering our house or the captivating sounds of any wildlife. In many ancient traditions, just like how the Incas in Peru worship the sun, so did the people approach the light that fire has very holistically. It not only calms us down and provides us energy for certain activities, but it deeply cleanses our soul and energetic body.
Wow,
So that's what we did, just sit at the fire the whole evening and look at
here
the
is
stars.
our pizza! That's the thumbnail. You good now? Nice. If you've never been in Asia, you're probably wondering what the hell this actually is. there are a lot of mosquitoes here. They just like to intervene with our process without asking permission to take some of our liquid gold. I don't like that. At least just ask me. I'm really sure how this actually looks. It looked so much better in my imagination. Decided to go to my farm and pack all the stuff on the back and walk up my mountain. I love saying my, like as if it's mine. It's not mine, but it's nature. Just had my lovely iced latte and I'm gonna make my way up. It's so incredibly beautiful here. The beauty of wind is not appreciated enough, man, in this world. I don't know if this is only me. I just really love the feeling of mud on my feet. Oh, I love it. Look at that. You see that? I love mud. Oh, did you hear that? You're up now. Vlogging for me is like talking with a friend that I've never had. Alright, there are two paths. One on the right is more tricky. And there's one here that looks more off-road. But because we got good traction and like 4x4 terrain, we should be really fine. There we go. Oh shit. Unfortunately, my phone is almost dead, so it was very smart of me to only bring my phone and not a camera or anything to charge my phone. But it means that for the next few hours it's just me and me talking with myself and nature for the whole day. I've just been spending the last few hours here just really taking in this soft, hard energy. It was like in my astrology or something that something shocking would happen, something that I would just never expect, and it would kind of like alter my future. It would like change the way that I look at the world and the way that I act in the world. Little did I know that today was actually going to be the day that this would come true. On the top of the mountain, where also my mother has had significant spiritual experience with animals and trees, after getting bitten by loads of mosquitoes, I felt like, and I took it as a sign, that I had to leave the hammock and move my body again after hours of just relaxation and contemplating about my life.
I walked down the path and felt really hopeless and in pain. I approached this tree to talk with it, and there was just this unusually large insect. It kind of looked like an ant moving that caught my eye. As I approached, I could not keep my eyes off of it. I was projecting my own feelings onto it. The ant suddenly stood up on its 2 feet, looked at me whilst I was talking to him, and he moved his body up and down as though he was nodding to me. And I instantly interpreted it as that the ant was recognizing me for my feelings. I felt less alone, supported, understood, and just validated by the insect for how I felt. The second this happened, I dropped onto the ground, onto my knees, and tears could not stop falling. I was in a cathartic release of a part within me that was just really sad and felt abandoned for years, and that this was the time it needed my attention. On the floor, I screamed so loud out all this pain that I was carrying, and people could have probably heard me from hundreds of meters away. I screamed, "Mama!" referring to my connection with Mother Earth as I felt her calming presence. After releasing what held me so much down, I laid there on the ground for a while and realized something profound has changed within myself. A new part of me was activated. It felt like I was looking at the world again for the first time. All the sounds, smells, and colors were enhanced. The light was bright. I had barely any energy left to move my body though, so with all the energy I had, I left and I made my way down the mountain in a complete state of trance. I thankfully made it home safe on the bike. I remember the first few meters of driving, I was swerving from left to right, almost doubting my ability to properly maneuver my motorcycle. And getting water before arriving at my house on the corner, I just could not speak words to the woman selling me the bottle of water. I was left completely empty and in awe. But this wasn't all. This was just the beginning of the transformation. This is me, my body. This is body only. Trying to translate. What happened here is that my sense and concept of reality, alongside my groundedness and relationship to it, was completely cracked and shattered. This left me dwelling in the fear of not knowing whether anything else but my pain I was experiencing was actually real. Where I once found security believing it to be real, had just merely became an imagination and a non-existent void. The bridge between my beliefs and spiritual self were overlapping into an experience where words just cannot do any justice anymore, hence my attempt of singing to come back to myself. I remember experience. No fear. What is fear? Body. please, who is watching this, when I say who, I'm speaking to me. You are okay. Calm. Body thinks holding is true. Pain, and don't. Body is scared of pain. Why? Why body is scared of pain? Why is body scared of pain? This is not real. It forced me to accept the reality for what it was. And as terrifying as it was, I found comfort and reassurance in the connections I had with other people, as that reminded me of my life as a human, in which in that moment I had an opposite perspective of completely losing myself into the nothingness where I could not identify myself with anything.
What is it, anak?
I had a
Yeah.
I had a very big awakening experience today,
Yeah.
and it lasted for, I think, the longest time I've experienced in this life.
Yeah.
And I've been documenting everything just to show the world that we are all spirit, and my intention is just to share that message with the world. And when I came home, I sat down for maybe 2-3 hours, just completely, I completely lost my mind. And I asked my friends and family. I called Jai so the world can see what is happening. I hope that people can find some meaning in it, because everything that I shared today, it really came from my heart, and it came from God. You know, today I cried so much in the bukit, in the farm. I was there for 5 hours, and I've been letting go a lot of a friend. So yeah, that's just the experience that I had, Mama, and I'm completely tired now because the whole day I've just been awake. This experience just changed my whole life and what I think about the creation, and I just hope that people can see. Yeah, thank you, Mama.
Yeah, that's all. You want to talk more, or that's?
No, it's okay for now.
Yeah. Okay. What about you? Did you eat already?
I ate a lot this afternoon, and it really I've had quite a lot of problems with my digestion because of it. It led me to really go deep into the accumulated darkness within my body, and I still feel it now. And I think without that overeating and being so uncomfortable that I almost puked, that led me to just surrender into the moment in the farm when I was in the hammock there. And
it was nice there, Anak, in the farm.
It was earth holding space for me.
Okay. Okay, Anak. You said you are tired now. You're going to rest or something like that?
I really want to sleep and try to integrate this experience.
Okay, it's good enough.
Thank you.
Okay, welcome, Anak. Bye-bye. Ik hou heel veel van jou en voor straks lekker slapen, ja? Take care of yourself, okay?
Dankjewel, Mama.
Mama loves you so much.
Ik hou...
Mama loves you.
Thank you, Mama.
Okay. Bye, Anak.
Thank you, Mom. Bye bye, and I will see you very soon. I will come over.
Iya. Oké. Bye, anak.
Bye, Mama. Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome. I love you.
Ook voor jou, Mama.
Love you.
Ik hou heel veel van jou. Thank you.
Ik hou heel veel van.
Dankjewel, Mama.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Okay, bye.
Despite it felt like it was too far to reach to come back to the life I had always lived in my body, there was an opposite spectrum present, which was pulling me to redefine myself in a complete new, unfamiliar way. If you are ever experiencing something like this, know that it is all perfect and for your highest good and growth. This was in itself an incredibly big healing opportunity.
There is no location. What is real? I don't need to prove anything.
As I was filling in the cracks within my broken self with a new sense of love towards myself.
Everything is already it. Everything is already it.
The view? The world and
Maybe
others.
I will faint this, but I need to...
Experience is answer.
In Japan, there's an ancient art called kintsugi, which means to rejoin the broken pieces with gold. It symbolizes to remain hopeful and faithful in life when life seems to fall apart, to see our pained and broken parts within ourselves and add something more beautiful, strong, kind, and characterful to that foundation that we're creating. This inevitably leads to a new sense of inner wholeness, kindness, and beauty to our entire life. Hence the pot that has transformed into a new art piece, unrecognizable from its previous shape. After being hospitalized for several days as I catch dengue, life really began to push me into a new direction through visions I had of my interaction with certain people. A Russian girl came to live right next to my room who had just came from Bali. And she told me about how we should meet up there and she would return to Bali after just a few weeks. Another one happened as I was eating in a vegan restaurant right after my visa extension in the city of Davao, 3 hours from my house. I quickly found myself in conversation with 3 other foreigners who had also been traveling around Asia, and this one guy told me very directly and completely out of the blue that I seemed to be the person who would like this exact place in Bali in Indonesia, called Ubud. The moment he spoke about it, I instantly asked him to elaborate about it, and I told him the place really resonated with me. It wasn't until I was in the hospital bed that I started to surrender into the underlying feeling of that the direction that I was being gravitated towards is really my fated next destination where my brand new chapter in life is ready to be experienced. In my next vlog, I will be bringing you guys with me as I settle some of my roots in Bali and unexpectedly end up in a different country that was apparently already brewing within me, however hadn't persuaded me until I actually got forced to enter the country. And yes, I know that sounds crazy, but life works in mysterious ways. And I cannot wait to bring you guys with me on this next journey. If you want to learn how to make videos like these, or want to see what the emotional, practical, and creative process is like, and I have so much fun editing. For me, it's really a way to ground all these imaginative visual things that I see, like the stars and the effects and the power. Like, I really love playing with magic, and I still believe in magic my whole life, you know. Someone told me that you had a very special crystal.
I literally have everything that you need.
This guy must be out of his mind.
On my Patreon, I explain and teach exactly this. I will show footage that did not make the cut and explain why, with my intention so you can learn to avoid making the mistakes that I made and approach your own projects increasingly prepared and aligned with your own unique outlook. I also have a course where I go much deeper into how to start making creative videos again from imagination. The dragon looked the young man straight into his eyes when the young man had reached the feet of the dragon. And the dragon suddenly said to the young man, "I am you." And just fully step into your fun again. Now you may write down what the young man is seeing and feeling when he's in this new world where this cat brought him. You may start now. I will share practical tools on how we can regain our imagination, confidence, and finally have fun with our lives again by creating.
God. Rain here is crazy, but I love it.